Walker, Season 1, Episode 6, entitled Bar None. It is the 1-year anniversary of the death of Walker's wife, Emily. He is at the bar The Sidestep with Mickey, talking about an upcoming legal battle Walker has because of the fight with a man that happened in the first episode when the man talked badly about Walker's deceased wife and spit in Walker's face, and Walker roughed him up a bit. But now it's coming back to him, and not in a great way. He is also telling Mickey he has to have a psych evaluation, but they also talk about that it is the 1-year anniversary of Emily's death and how Walker is taking. He tells her he's fine, but really he's struggling very hard with it. Plus he also talks to Denise, the boar head hanging on the wall, which Mickey does not understand at all. Walker has a flashback to 6 years ago on his birthday, which he is celebrating at the Sidestep with Emily, Jerry, and Hoyt Rollins. While at the Sidestep talking with Jerry and Mickey, Walker receives his wife's life insurance check. All of a sudden, everyone gets startled by a crashing sound. On the other side of the Sidestep building, one of the ceiling beams comes crashing down and tears a few things off the wall, including Denise, the boarhead. The next morning, Liam Walker and Captain Larry James are at a local prison questioning a prisoner named Carlos Mendoza who confessed to the murder of Emily Walker. However, with the new information that Liam and Larry have, they don't believe that he is the actual killer and that the real killer is still out there somewhere. At the ranch house, August and Stella are getting things ready to go camping. That is what they are doing to honor Emily, since camping was one of her favorite things. While the kids are doing that, Cordell gets a call from Jerry saying that she is selling the Sidestep bar, which throws Walker for a loop, and he leaves to go to the bar to stop her. That same morning, we see Mickey Ramirez and her boyfriend Trey in bed together. They both hear a knock on the door. Trey gets up and puts on a robe and answers the door, thinking it is the food they ordered, only to be surprised by Mickey's mother, who he has not yet met. Mickey is totally surprised to see her, and not in a good way. Walker goes off to the Sidestep and sees the wreckage from the ceiling beam still on the ground and declares it a crime scene just so Jerry can't sell it for the time being. Mickey tells Trey that she didn't even know her mother was coming. Mickey also states that she never told her mother where she lived. Mickey tells Trey to say hello to her mom, but not to say anything else. Mickey finds out from her mother that she is the psychologist who is doing the psych evaluation on Walker, which infuriates Mickey, and Mickey gets angry with her mom and leaves. Jerry gets angry with Walker for declaring the bar a crime scene. She tells him he's in denial, and not just about the bar, but about the death of Emily from 1 year ago. Walker tells her he can fix the bar in a day, to which she says no, he can't because he's not a handyman. Jerry tells him that it's time to move on for both of them. Back at the ranch house, Stella and August finish packing for the camping trip. Then, as they are getting final things ready, Walker's parents show up ready to go camping with Walker and the kids. Stella says that going camping is their mom's thing and that they are going camping to honor her. They tell them that Cordell is coming, and Stella also tells them that she has her own ride to the campground. They all hear a car approaching with the horn honking, and it is her friend from community service, Trevor Strand, who she is planning on riding with to the campground. As she leaves the room, August and the grandparents rush to the window to see who it is that she is planning on riding with. They rush outside to meet the kid and to stop Stella from riding with him. Bonham introduces himself, and Trevor tries to shake the grandmother's hand when she says to Stella, "So, I thought this was a family trip," and Stella just stands there in stunned silence. Liam and Larry go to another part of the same prison to visit another prisoner, the one and only Hoyt Rollins. Larry and Liam tell Hoyt that he is going to be bunkmates with Carlos Mendoza. Hoyt's attitude changes and he gets upset and tells them that putting him in a cell with the guy who murdered Emily Walker is not a smart move. Hoyt asks them why they are doing this, and they tell him there may be more to it than what they originally thought. Hoyt gets even more pissed off when he realizes that they have the wrong man in custody for Emily's murder and that the killer is still out there. They tell him that Cordell does not know anything about what they are doing, and for the time being they want to keep it that way. Hoyt agrees to do this, but in turn he tells them that if Hoyt finds out that Carlos is the one who killed Emily, then they are going to have to give him a longer prison sentence. Hoyt tells them that he will kill him if he finds out he truly is the man who killed her. Mickey comes to find Walker at the Sidestep. As she is trying to talk to him about her mother, Walker begins trying to fix the part of the bar's structure that fell apart the other night. Mickey tells Walker he needs to be ready because her mom's psych evaluations can be career-ending and that she will try to take his badge. Stella's grandparents tell her she's not going camping with Trevor. Stella gets irritated and walks away from them. Bonham asks his wife if she is in an uproar because Stella asked the boy to go camping and not her. Bonham says there's no harm in Trevor going along as long as grown-ups are going to be around, and that Stella is actually smiling for once since her mom passed away. Hoyt is moved to Carlos Mendoza's prison cell. Right when Hoyt walks in to his new cell, he meets Carlos and starts working his charm to get the information he seeks. Back at the sidestep, Mickey helps Walker continue to repair the part of the place that needs fixing while drilling him with questions her mom may ask him during his psych evaluation. Walker gets angry and upset because he thinks that it's about Emily, which is the truth because it has been 1 year. The Walkers stop at an off-road picnic spot to have lunch before they continue on to the campground. Since Cordell isn't with them, Bonham gives Trevor Cordell's sandwich. Suddenly, they see smoke coming from beneath the hood of Bonham's truck. They all rush over there to see what's going on under the hood. After 2 hours with Carlos, Hoyt comes back to the meeting room in the prison to meet with Larry and Liam, and he tells them he has enough information to prove Carlos isn't Emily Walker's killer. Stella, Bonham, and the kid's grandmother work on the truck to see if they can get it started. Stella asks her grandmother why she is being harsh to her about Trevor. She tells Stella that they don't know him and that both she and Bonham wanted to be close to the children today because of what happened a year ago. Stella tells her that Trevor has been through things too and understands more than everyone thinks. They get the truck started. Later on in the evening, Walker and Mickey continue working on the sidestep, and Ramirez continues to drill Walker. Walker and Mickey get into an argument when all of a sudden, after they have just finished fixing the place, all the work they did comes crashing down and Walker loses it and says that Mickey is right about doing all this work, that it was about Emily. Walker and Mickey make up. Mickey makes sure Walker is okay and then leaves the bar. Walker calls his dad to tell him to turn around and to drop Stella and August off at the sidestep bar where he is. Mickey goes home to find her mom still there and that she and Trey are cooking supper. Mickey and her mom make up and mend fences. Cordell meets Trevor and Trevor says goodnight to Stella, and the Walkers take him back to his car at their ranch. Walker, Stella, and August camp inside the sidestep bar. It was their mom's favorite place, and her favorite thing was camping, so that is what they end up doing. The next morning, Walker and the kids have breakfast at the bar, and Jerry walks in and says she is for sure selling until Walker and the kids decide to counteroffer and buy the sidestep with Emily's life insurance money. Larry and Liam make a discovery after what Hoyt told them about Carlos, and they find out information from an art gallery just over the border in Reynosa, Mexico, with multiple high-dollar purchases that started 2 days after Emily's murder. They make a discovery about Straw Ring LLP, which is linked to Jerry and the sidestep bar. This episode ends with a giant cliffhanger on two sides, one involving Mickey's mom and the other regarding Trevor and a link to Walker's undercover alias, Duke Culpepper. And that is the end of Walker Season 1, Episode 6, Bar None. This episode was more emotional because it had been 1 year since the death of Emily Walker, and we see the characters dealing with that in their own way. Cordell is especially upset because he's trying to cover it up, which unfortunately for him does not work. I like how things take a turn for Mickey Ramirez when her mom shows up just out of the blue and is there not to visit Mickey but to get information to use against Walker during his psych evaluation. It was actually a beautiful episode, but a hard episode to watch. So here's some things I didn't like about it. They show Stella and August wanting to go camping because it was their mom's favorite thing, and they show Stella dealing with the 1 year anniversary, but they don't really show how August is feeling or dealing with it, which I thought was a mistake. They should have shown more of August in this episode as well. Okay, this one is to the creators and writers of this Walker series. For crying out loud, give this character a name and stick with it. Stop changing it. The grandmother, is her name Abeline, Adeline, or Maureen? Stella calls her Maureen in this episode. Also, something else I'm starting to notice about this show is that the characters, not the kids, but the adult characters, they sure do drink a lot in this show. they need to tone that down a little bit, in my opinion. But other people may like that, but that's just me. I think they need to tone down the alcohol in this show. Okay, so for Walker, Season 1, Episode 6, bar none, I'm going to give it a B. I'm still really enjoying this show, and now, since some more interesting twists and turns have been revealed at the end of this episode, I am anxious to see where the rest of this season takes us. I loved how they brought back the character of Hoyt Rollins, played by actor Matt Barr. He's a great character, even if he doesn't always do the right thing. So that's it. I'm going to say good night. God bless. I love all of you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.